This week would have been my dad's 66th birthday, and I had some struggles because I had some feelings of anxiety, self-doubts, and some triggers because of it. Last year around this time, I did EMDR therapy for the last time that I remember, and I had a pretty severe panic attack that week because of it, and I got sick. So I have some triggers from that I remember, but also I was involved in a mental health program this year, and I learned a lot of tools for managing my mental health, and I wanted to share my top 3 tips for managing anxiety on a daily basis that have helped me so far this year, and have helped me specifically this week in managing my anxiety for when I was thinking about all these triggers that have happened throughout the week when I thought of my dad and some of the things that have happened throughout my life that have caused some dysregulation this week. So one of the things that helped me specifically this week, and specifically in therapy even this week, was mindful movement. This week my therapist and I met at a forest preserve for a walk, where we also were able to sit by a creek on a bench and enjoy some peaceful moments and listen to the birds, watch the water, listen to the water, and just enjoy some nature and breathe and be in the moment, which was really beautiful. And also just the walk in general was very mindful and in the moment. Also, I would consider gentle stretching, dancing to a song, again, walking or riding your bicycle, or just doing anything where you're in the moment and present, where you're focusing on the activity as mindful movement. Another intentional activity that has helped me this week has been breathing mindfully, which I know sounds silly because we breathe just to live, but breathing mindfully and using intentional breathing techniques have really been very helpful this week for me. Even just taking one mindful breath like that can really shift our perspective and mindset when we're in a stressful situation or in a tough moment throughout the day. And doing box breathing, where you imagine a box and you take a deep breath and you imagine drawing a line up, then you hold your breath, then you imagine exhaling, drawing a line the other direction, and then you inhale, drawing the line down, and then you exhale, finishing drawing the box. That could also be a very soothing way to breathe, to get some more calming sense into your body. This can be especially helpful when I'm feeling triggered in the moment and I feel a shortness of breath coming along, and if I have racing thoughts and suddenly I have a shortness of breath, doing box breathing can really help keep me present and bring me back to the moment that I'm in and help me get out of the thought cycle that I'm almost getting myself into. So it's a very useful tool if you struggle with anxiety. My third and final, and definitely favorite tip, is the intentional brain dump, or as I like to call it, worry time journaling. This is where you set aside specific time to journal about anything that's on your mind. And it doesn't have to be exact journaling about what's happened in your day. It can just be anything that's on your mind that's presently worrying you, or that is bothering you, or that's stressing you out, and you just write those things down. It doesn't have to be in any kind of order, in any kind of sentence structure, in any type of format. You can just write bullet points and write out the things that are on your mind in any type of way that you want. It can be in a notebook, it can be in your notes app, it can be in your journal app, it can be anywhere, in any way that you want, as long as you set time aside to do it each day. This has been the most helpful for me because I feel like setting time aside where I can actually write down what's on my mind gets those things off my mind, and then there's something about releasing what's on your mind and letting it go. And of course there will be times where you have thoughts that come up outside of this worry time that you designate for yourself, and it's nice to acknowledge those thoughts and to schedule them into your worry time and just tell yourself that you'll come back to them and you'll write them down when the time comes. So those are my 3 tips to manage anxiety on the daily. I hope that you found these tips helpful and that you will utilize them in your daily life. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you will like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you in my next video. Until then, bye.